with the tier one being priority service, tier two also priority service, and tier three priority service plus incentives, and tier four priority marketing plus incentives. Now, how do we get these 85% now? Because all we have now, I think this is a good time to even remove some unnecessary columns. I think what we'll be needing is just the account number and okay, the count for data sub. Okay, we might as well keep them, we might as well keep them. Now, what do we now how do we go about it now? I think I need to bring other people in as well. Now we have for each customer, we have data sub and the unused bonus. Each customer has a data score and unused bonus score. Each account number, you know, each account number representing a customer has a data sub and unused bonus score. And we are meant to use this score, to group, based on the final scores. We are meant to group them based on the final scores we have. So since we've been able to get the scores, we are meant to use, hello? Okay, I thought someone was saying something. So since we've already gotten the scores, now we are now meant to use the scores to do our grouping. So I don't know if anyone has any line on or what to do, or just any suggestion, any thoughts, so we can all look at it together and consider it and see if it's the best alternative, or we can consider other options as well. Okay. But this is what I think. This is what I think. This is what I think. Uh, sorry. Now, for us to get 85%, that means there must be a score over a total score, multiplied by 100. That's the only, that means there's a fraction to be multiplied by 100 to have a percentage. So from that, consider that line of thoughts. So I think we need to look at the score for each customer and divide it. Sorry, I thought is someone trying to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something before,
Okay,
but I
okay,
think
please go
we
ahead.
have the same line of thoughts.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Um, I just think we need to add all the scores together, and that
Okay,
will
let me
give
go
us
back to
the
it.
100%.
Let me go back to it here. Okay, here,
No, if you go back to the business requirements again,
requirement. Okay. Okay. Yes.
if you scroll down a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we need to add 10, 15, 10, 5 plus 1. And I think that would be the 100%.
10, 20 plus 15, that's 35, plus 15, that is 51. That is 100%, that is 51, right?
So 56, I think.
Is it 50? Oh, 20 plus,
15 plus 10 plus 5 plus 1.
I think it's 51. Oh.
Is
35
it?
plus 15 is 50, I think.
No,
Plus,
35 plus 10 is
that's
45 plus
35.
5, 50 plus 1, 56.
50 plus 1 is 51. Oh.
Is it? Oh, 50. Sorry.
51.
Because it
It's
said 50
51.
plus 1. And you now said
51,
56.
sorry. My brain is playing up.
I was, I now
It
started
added an
doubting my own
additional
math.
5 again. Sorry.
There's no, so, so if it's 51, okay.
51, yeah.
Okay, so how do we, so you are thinking, okay, we have 51 now as total score.
Yeah,
So,
so 51 would be the 100%.
okay,
So each score would be that score over 51 times 100.
let's go back here. For each customer now, each
Yeah.
customer has two counts, two scores now.
Yeah.
There is 10 and there is 5. 10
Yes.
for data sub and 5 for bonus unused.
Okay.
So we need to take that into account as well.
Could you
Do you
go back to
understand?
that requirement again? Let's see it again.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
okay. So both has to be added together, right? Uh, tier
I'm
one is
thinking, yes,
okay,
because
above
I'm
is
thinking
fine.
for us to
Okay.
classify, this one, we are trying to classify a customer now. And a customer, an account number represents a customer in this case now. So we are trying to classify, each and every customer. And the classification is going to be done based on their scores,
On the final scores,
on
right?
the final score, yes.
So we
So
have
that
to
means we
add
need,
both together, both the
exactly, that means we
loyalty
need to
and
find the final score of each customer, right? So let's do that. So if
so
we
that
all
will be
agree,
102 then instead of
so
51.
sorry,
The total score will now be 102 instead of 51.
okay, so should we first add the final score of the customers, right? So we will know this is the total score for each customer. So do you all agree that that's the way to go from the requirements, right? Hello?
I think so. I don't know what others think. So since they want a final score,
Yep.
so
Yes, there must be a final score. So each customer must have a final score because we are going to classify each customer based on the customer's final score. So that
hmm,
means a customer must have a final score. I also agree with that line of thought, So how do we now get each customer's final score, considering that each customer has two scores. Each account number has two scores all the way down from top to bottom. So how do we do it in PowerPoint to add the score? Two scores belonging to a customer. So how do we do it? Does anyone have any idea of how we can go about it? Okay, this is one of the transformation tools we've looked at. When we are adding, we are aggregating. When we are adding, we are counting, we are averaging, we are aggregating. And when we are aggregating in Power Query, we use who knows what tool to use when we are aggregating, or who remembers what tools when you are trying to sum up some columns, sum up a column or some group of columns based on some columns, you know.
You can use summation in Excel.
Um, yes, but we want to do it in Power Query. We are in Power Query here.
Is it group by?
Yes, it is group by mark. Yes. So we are going to group every account number by this course. Every account number by this course. That's it. So it's going to pick the unique list of the account numbers. That means no account number will be repeated twice. One account number, then it will go and group it by the condition or by the criteria we set or by the column we want to group by. So let's just get to it and let's see. So we don't need to select any column, or we can as well select one column. It doesn't matter. We can always pick our columns when we get to group by window. But we can start because we are grouping by account number. So let's just select the account number or column. Then we want to, because when we group by, we are trying to do what? We are trying to transform this table now. This table will most likely be reduced. We are going to create a new table entirely. And the table will be comprised of the column we select and the column we are grouping by. Let's remember. So we are grouping by this account number. So we select this account number column. We want to transform it. This the group by is the first two to the left. So we click on that and it opens up our window, So because we've selected the account number column, so we have the account number column selected here. This is a list of all the columns we have in the table. So this is selected. And what new name do you want to give it? Now, we want to get something now. We want to aggregate and form a new column. Now we are giving the column a name of choice. I'm calling it the total or final score. Let me call it final scores now. Final score. So this is the final score. So so how do we get the final score? We want to get the final score, we want to add the score column. The score column. So we want to add, that is sum what? The score, this is the score. Now, what it's going to do is going to pick each score. It's going to pick each account number. It will pick the account number. Now go to this column, look at any score that is linked, to this account, to that account number, and add it together. It will, okay, once it's done, I will explain what just happened. So let me just do an okay, then let's see what's going to happen. What group by does is, it's because we are saying group the score column by the account number. Group the score column by the account number. That is group, but no, that's why we selected just 2 columns. So at the end of the day, we are going to have just 2 columns, So going back here, this is where we were before. I said group account number is going to look for this account number. Let me call it 1004. So it will come here. I said group it by this. It will come here. This 10 belongs to 1004. This one belongs to 1004 too. I said sum it. That's the operator I gave. It is sum 10 and 5. That is 15. So what it does is it scans, so this is 1004. It won't pick, it has already picked 1004 because it's not going to repeat it again. It's a unique list. It's going to do it. If it finds 1004 10 times here, it's going to pick it just once and go to that column and add every score that has to do with that 1004. So is done with this now. It will move to this now. I'm just calling 1006. I know it's more than 1006. Now it comes here, looks at this account number. I said group it by this score column by summing it. So it will go over here. Look, these 2, 20 and 5. Let's go back and see. These are these two, 3 are the 3rd and 4th row, they own these scores, 20 and 5. And I said, add them together. And that's what we want to achieve. So that means for each account number, we are adding the scores that is related to it. So, and that's what we have finally. We are going to have just 2 columns. You can see 15 for first one, 10 and 5. Then for second one, 20 and 5, 25. So that is what we have been able to achieve using group by. So we have summarized it to have, now this is the final score for each customer now. So that is done. So going back to our requirement again, we have the final score. From the final score, how do we now get a percentage for it? Though Mr. Tolu suggested that we add it together, but I'm looking at it from another angle. This final score, let's look at it. This final score was 15, right? 15 has been scored from a maximum of what? Okay, when we do exam, they will say, okay, you score over 60 over 100. They will say the maximum score achievable is 100. That's what it means. So for you to have 15%, that means you scored 15 out of 100. For you to score 20% in an exam, that means you've only scored 20 out of a maximum attainable score of 100. So this 15 is a score. But what is the maximum attainable score for each customer based on the business case? So that's the angle I'm looking at it from. So does anyone want to help us with what he or she thinks the maximum attainable score is? So for here now, for someone to score excellent, 100, what will that person score? For a customer to score 100, what do you think that person's score will be in this case?
51?
No, that means for one to score 51, that means a customer must do 20 is for this score, is for to have 20 is for you to have, what's it called? For you to have subscribed 6 times, 15, 5 times. So a customer cannot fulfill all this. A customer cannot subscribe, the same customer. You say you have subscribed 6 times. You have subscribed. No. For you to score okay, what do you think?
Okay, 40.
40. How?
40 is the total.
How?
So 20 for loyalty. That is purchase data every month. So that's 20.
Yes.
Then did not use bonus at all in 6 months. That would be another 20. So 20 plus 20 equals 40.
Exactly. So for you to be an excellent customer, loyalty-wise, you must score 20. That's the maximum attainable score. For you to be an excellent customer, bonus usage-wise, or bonus on usage-wise, or bonus usage-wise, whichever way you look at it, you must have scored 20. That means you don't use bonus at all. That means for you to be an excellent customer, or overall, that means you must be scoring 40 marks. 40, yes. That means you are loyal every month. You are subscribing to data every month of the 6 months, and you are not also using bonus at all. That is a tier 1, a grade A customer. That's what they want, So that means 40 is the maximum attainable score. That means the score here, should now be relative to 40 for you to know how a customer has performed according to the requirements. Is that clear? Is it making sense?
It is, sir. Is it possible? Would
Okay,
would it add any value if we have, that maximum 40 as a column on here, so that one can easily see the
Okay.
comparison between final
It's-
score and maximum score?
Sure, ma. That's a good suggestion, ma. Just like we did for the total number of months, 6
Yes.
months at a time.
Yeah.
So I also want to help me on how to do that. Not you, ma, of course.
Can we, sorry, I don't know if we can just do this. Can we, if we add, like we have 40 as the highest score, if we add 60 to all the marks, that will make it 100. So if you score 40, it means you have 100. Then if you score anything less than it, it's going to be over 100.
I really don't understand. You want us to add 60 to all. So assuming we add 60 to this now. So did that mean this will be 75 over 100, right?
Exactly. So that will be 75%.
No, it doesn't work that way. Max, I don't think it doesn't work that way.
Because I'm thinking since the highest is 40.
No, it doesn't. The fact that you score 15 over 40 doesn't mean you will score 75 over 100. It's not proportional. You can only do if 40 equals to 100, what will 15 be? If 40 equals to 100, 15 will be 100 over 40 times 15. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? If you are trying to erase 100, if you are saying if 40 equals to 100, right? Is that what you're saying? That means what will 15 be? 50. So you don't say if 40 is 100, then 15 would be 75. No. If 40 is 100, actually, so 15 would be like 100 divided by 15 would be 100. Oh, sorry. Let's just see what 15 will be. 100 divided by 40 times 15. This is what 15 will be. If 40 is 100, 15 will be 37.5. Do you understand what I just did? Hello?
Yes.
Yes. So ratio of 40 to 100 It's the same ratio of 15 to 37.5. So that's why that one might not work mathematically, you know. So like Stadebi said, I think we should just create a what's it called? A table, a column to represent maximum attainable score. So who knows how to create that column? We did it with maximum count. Oh, sorry, maximum number of months, 6 months. Okay, if you've forgotten, what we did was custom column. If you want to create a new column, you want to add a new column, you can just come here, want to add a column, custom column. That's how to create a new column. And the new column is maximum score attainable. You know, that is equals to 40. So it will create a new column, name it maximum score attainable, and give a value of 40 to all the cells in that new column created. So that's all you want to do. So we are going to have a 40 here as our new column here. It will take a little time, but we just have to wait it out. So now this is our maximum attainable score. We have 40 from beginning to the end, you know. Now we now want to look at the let's say percentage score now, you know. But we can leave it as ratio 15 over 40, you know. 15 divided by 40. Let's allow it to finish. Does anyone have a question about how we got what we've done so far? I mean today, how we created this new column, this custom column. You know, it's quite straightforward. You just want to create a new column. You know, you want to put a value, a constant value in a column. That's why custom column is there. You know, just click on the button and put equals to that value now. So now we want to create a new column now that we have final score over maximum score attainable. To have, let me score it. So what can we name it now? Because we are not use percentage because 85%. Maybe you might just use ratio. 85, 0.85, 0.75, still it's still the same thing, you know. So what can we call the column? What name can we give the column? Now that we want to divide this over this. I don't know what name
we can still call it percentage score and
percentage score. Okay, man. So let's add a new column. Now, want to add a new column now. So because we are going to create a new column, so with the add column selected, because we want a new column selected, we want to divide final score over maximum attainable score. So you select it in the order you want division to happen. You know, you want final score divided by maximum score. So you select the final score first, then you hold down the control key and select the maximum score. It must be in that order. If you select the maximum score first, before selecting the final score, it will do maximum score over final score. So we need to be aware of that. So with final score selected first and maximum score selected next, you now come to standard, you know, and you do divide. So it will divide it and give it a new name called division, I think, because that's the name of the function, you know. It will give it new name division. Yeah, that's it. So we have our, what's it called? We can name it percentage score now. So let's just allow it to finish and maybe we'll just wrap it up here. Then you just go to the classification in our next class. So let's just allow this one to finish, and you can rename it. You can just right click on this. I think rename should be a rename, right? On the header and call it percentage score. Though
Yes,
it's not a percentage really, but let's just give it that name, you know.
So would it be wrong to
I
actually
have
make it a percentage?
a question. Yeah, that's the same thing also.
Yeah.
It won't,
Instead of that decimal number,
Yeah.
we
decimal
click on
number.
percentage.
Okay, it won't be wrong anyway. So we just need to multiply what we have.
No.
Okay,
Like
You see that's where we have data type. We just
oh,
change it to
to
percentage there.
percentage. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to home. Decimal percentage.
you know what I was thinking?
Okay.
I wanted to ask that why instead of doing it this way, I wanted to ask that can we just like do a custom column, put it in that final score divided by maximum score multiplied by 100.
We
Okay,
can.
you mean
We
here?
can. That's
We
also a
can.
way to work
That's
it
also
out.
a way, yes. That's
Yeah.
also a way. We would have arrived at the same answer.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for that. We would have arrived at the same answer. But okay. Is that we can change this one to one decimal place? Looking at, there should be a way. Let me right click on it and transform round down. Is it round down or round up now? Let's see. I'll be doing give it 38. I think it's rounding up. I don't think that is it. Percentage transform is round again. Let's do round. Let's probably it allow us to one decimal place. Okay. Why is it? That's not one decimal place. That's not one decimal place. Transform round. No. Okay, let's try round. I've tried round down. Let's try round up and see. Let's see what difference it will make. Round up. Round down, I took it to 0. Let's see what round up will do. And if it doesn't, we just leave it at 37.50. It's still the same thing. But I just wanted it to, to look proper. No, it's not working. So let's just leave it the way it is, and it's still the same thing. 0.0, 0.50. That's not what is important. The most important is our classification. So I think we'll just stop here today and continue from here tomorrow. Thank you everyone for the contribution. Thanks a lot. Started over to you, ma.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, let's stop recording.
I don't know who is recording actually.
I'm recording. I'm trying to look for. Sorry, the button disappeared. I'm coming.
Okay.
Just bear with me.
Right. Okay, let me just.
Sorry, I'm trying to look for the thing. Just disappeared now. I don't know. Usually it shows at the bottom of my screen.
Yeah, check it under more,
It's not even
just in
showing.
case
Let
it's
me
there.
see.
Recording in progress.
Oh, someone is trying to. Okay, who's that?
No, Sister Nikki just came in.
Okay, pause. I've seen it. Yeah.